Okay, good evening. I'm doing a little evening video. This is day 26, part 2 of videos to improve being on camera as a human with schizophrenia and trying to explain a day or thoughts in the life of me as a schizophrenic. And okay. So I have discussed how I am recipient of messages in the media. There's media feedback, and people, actors, and or people will do little kind of drama skits, and this is something that targeted individuals talk about street theater and media feedback and stuff like that. And I was going to talk today about an article I posted on my Facebook page the other day, and it was about uh, some actor named Sam Asghari, or Asghari, or Asghari, or Asghari, and maybe Asghari. It's supposed to be for Gary, like the snail in SpongeBob SquarePants. They call me Gary a lot, and it's supposed to be a reference to Gary Webb. And like Gary the snail was very slow, and they're saying I'm slow to act on relations with people and stuff like that. Anyways, they talked about in the Sam Asghari article, he's dating some lady named Brooke Irvine, and this is like a coded message to me and stuff like that. And if you look into this Brooke Irvine character, she's like a Instagram model or something, or like she's a real estate or something. I think she's a real estate agent, and she sells high end real estate. And they like to call me Brooke for Brooke Hogan. The voices actually for a long time would call me Brooke all the time and stuff like that. And they're very obsessed with me trying to get fit and uh, attractive to people and stuff like that. They're trying to mold me, and everything they do is some sort of revolves around my fitness level and attractiveness. And I'm not very attractive or anything like that, so I disappoint them that way. And the Brooke Irvine is supposed to be because I went to UC Irvine, and this is a reference to the fact that Brooke is the name of this lady from my high school who was nice to me, and I have a memory of this person being nice to me one time. And this lady was a cheerleader, and she was very good looking or whatever. And so I don't. I'm not saying I think about it, but they go into your past, and they do play little games or whatever. And they like to remind me of all these women that I can remember through my life or something. And yeah, they go into your childhood, they go into adulthood and everything, and then they play little games in the media and stuff regarding it, or even around town, like at the store or something like that. So Brooke Irvine is supposed to be some new lady that they tried to get me to talk to, but anyways, this Brooke lady was a cheerleader, and in the Brooke Irvine lady in the article, she was a cheerleader. Apparently, she won some competition or something, and she uh, was part of some troop called the Black Ops troop or whatever. So this is supposed to make me feel like some sort of reference to my life and some sort of blonde lady that they're saying is like a Black Ops person or something, or they're saying Black Ops cheerleaders are following me around, or uh, I don't. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like some sort of weird thing or whatever. Uh, I don't know, but yeah, Sam Asghari, and they call me Sam a lot of times for like Samantha from Sex and the City, or Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings, and they like to call me Sam all the time. From I Am Sam, the movie I Am Sam was supposed to be me. I'm supposed to be Sean Penn. They call me Sean Penn because I always hold a pen, or I'm writing with a pen, or I didn't mean to click this time. All right. So I just wanted to talk about that Brooke Irvine thing, and it's kind of interesting that she was part of a Black Ops cheerleader group or whatever. So this whole program is like a Black Ops program and stuff like that. All right, so I was gonna talk about. Okay, yeah. So with the fire, there's obviously a lot of creepy things that happen in our society, including brain control, including weather control, including black operations or false flags and stuff. And like I say, I hope that what's going on is, I hope that they fake deaths a lot of times, but I don't know that they do. And if Big Brother is operating things, I hope that it's not as dangerous or crazy as it looks or whatever. But I was going to talk today about creepy Republican politicians and their response to the LA fire. It, I just, I want to focus on them in particular because, Trump led into the fire coming to California and attacking Gavin Newsom for not managing the forests and stuff, and yet Trump never talks about like the fact that like when you manage the environment, drought is a big problem related to global warming, and so it's he plays the politician game like I'm gonna attack you on the forest management and stuff like that, and that's creepy in and of itself as a human being living on planet Earth that you cannot acknowledge when civilization is damaging the environment. I find that creepy, which is why I'm not a Republican, so I'm obviously biased in this situation. But I will say that the Republicans coming out and using this opportunity to score political points with regards to management of forests or something, or trying to, and it just seems like they were ready to pounce on this issue, like that they had it in their mind. The next fire that happens, we're gonna pounce, and so it makes you wonder. Well, if you're ready to pounce on the next fire, there's human hands involved. Could it be some sort of like civil war attack with regards to things? Because you see what happened at Trump Tower with the bombing of Trump Tower in Las Vegas. And then you see the bombing of Trump Tower in Vegas, and then the car attack in New Orleans, and then here comes another attack on L.A. And you take Vegas, New Orleans, L.A., and you think those are kind of places that are typically people are critical on a conservative level in the country. So, uh, like I say, I always say like false flags could happen, but then potentially not false flags could happen. So you have to entertain that, and then you see someone like corporations and stuff sending satellites into the sky, and potentially those satellites could be equipped with weather manipulation technology or lasers or EMP technology, EMP attacking technology. And there's just a lot of actors in space right now, and you just see like the development of Space Force and stuff, and there's not a lot of light shined on these things. There's just like old speeches from the 1960s in which presidents were saying they wanted to control the weather, and now you have a situation where you have like politicians using weather to their advantage politically. And so it's kind of, so I just wanted to focus actually today on the creepy Republican politicians, and they kind of set the stage for lining an attack with regards to this. And they're, the first thing out of Trump's mouth is an attack on the governor of California after a disaster. And I think it's creepy behavior from a national leader. So I was going to talk about something else right now, and I was wrong about the Lakers and CP3, Chris Paul. Now, in my defense, uh, I did not know that the Lakers were going to get nobody. They were talking about a lot of other guards at the time. They were talking about a ton of different guards, and I thought, nah, Chris Paul's too old. We don't need him. We need some of these other guards and stuff, but we actually ended up getting none of those other guards, and then we traded away D'Lo. And so I was looking at Chris Paul tonight, and I was like, damn, he could actually help us. So I was wrong about Chris Paul. Even as old as he is, he could still help the Lakers. So yeah, that's the little thing I wanted to talk about tonight. There's gonna be high winds here tomorrow. I'm gonna try to stay up to be on watch duty here this evening, and we're watching for these fires, and uh, just waiting to see what transpires. Will somebody light a match? They're investigating the fires right now, and they think that there's potential human origins to the fires. And, I've already discussed that it feels a little bit like maybe we're in a covert war. And is it a covert civil war? I don't want to fan the flames of that, but I feel like the reason why I talk about these things is because if you don't address something that's happening on a covert level, people operate from a covert understanding of reality, like politicians and stuff, or they disregard a covert understanding, and there's no accountability for, like, let's address motivations and why people are engaging, if they are, why they are engaging in potential violence. And so, uh, we I in some ways I see the point where it's like it's not helpful to talk about these things, but it's also not helpful to not address reality and the fact that there's potentiality that these things could be organized and politically motivated. And I'm just thinking this is one of the dangers of thinking on a camera, but I actually happen to know that I have to retrace my steps here and analyze it from this perspective, from the schizophrenic reality perspective, in which I say, oh, I'm communicated with that there's human element to these fires, and somebody is starting them based on what I do in my house. So I already know that. Now, what's the motive? What's the motive for doing this? And that I don't know, but I wanted to focus today on this particular thing about the creepy response from Republican politicians in the middle of a disaster which has claimed lives and homes of people. So, yeah. So, I'm keeping tabs on that, and I already found them creepy to begin with, but I find them creepy even more now. Okay. Goodbye.